If you did not get an opportunity to watch the Four Horsemen last night, we were doing some oddball scenario discussions, things that could conceivably happen to people, how we would handle it, stuff like that. I gotta tell you, this time of year, when it rains, the glare out here. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Teresa? The glare out here just gets absolutely crushing. It kills your eyes. So thank you, Teresa. Hey, Grit and Grace. Hey, Devil Dog, what's going on? Joe, good morning. Good morning. Celtic Grandma, how y'all doing today? So I got my truck back. So I got frustrated with the dealerships here, and I found a little Ford family dealership. And I brought my truck in. It had an oil leak, and I had to put it on you'd have to put it on a lift to get to that. I think that the damn pan had to come down, and I just don't have a lift. And I brought it in. The guy's like, "Oh, it'll take me a few days to get to it." I'm like, "That's fine, man. I'm coming out of the blue on a Saturday." They got it done in a week, repaired and everything. I was figuring they'd have it a month, and nope. Got it knocked out in a week. They were waiting on a part, and they found something else that was warrantable, and they fixed it while they were there. And I'm like, I should just go to the family size dealerships and forget the big ones, because the big ones are just a pain in the ass. But I got my truck back. Now it's running great, and it sounds nice. And I got the V8 in my Ford, so I like that. I've gotten the small engine once, and it was way underpowered, and it was just a pain in the ass to drive on a highway. But folks, if you didn't see my post earlier, so United States Postal Service is not accepting packages from Hong Kong or China specifically. And I thought it was funny. Let me pull over here. I thought it was funny that they're doing barn chores, so not looking at chat. Yeah, no, I'm between meetings, and I just needed a minute to compose myself and get my brain ready for the next one. Hey, Rebecca Lynn. Devil Dog, how you been, man? I'm leaving 5 minutes to go to work. My SUV it has a truck lift. Oh yeah, no. If you have someone who has a lift, and because you can buy the tools even if you don't have them, but just buying a lift is not something you could do easily. And I watched a guy injure himself putting his truck on those stupid little ramps, but he was trying to do something more elaborate. He didn't chock the wheels right, and it came down. He didn't get killed or anything, but it hurt him. And after that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to get killed by my own truck because it fell on me. That would be kind of sad. Hey, Jules. Hey, Watchman. Hey, Rage. What's going on? So I'm not sure what that's about. It could be part of the tariff thing. It could be like some terroristic thing, but that would be kind of stupid. Like if China was going to do some terrorist shit, you'd think they wouldn't put it in a box from China and ship it to you. Like that would just kind of be like, well, clearly we know who did this. That didn't make any sense. I'm really not sure. I don't know. Hey, Red October, what's going on? They had to pull the transmission that I had rebuilt 4 months ago. That sucks. Yeah, no, they had to put the truck up on a lift to get the whole assembly out. And but they got it done quick. It cost me a little chunk of change, but I'll tell you what, I've had the pickup trucks. I'll usually run them to 150 or 200 if I can get away with it. And I'm on that fence where I'd like a new truck, but this one's running fine. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to have a big loan to deal with, but at the same time, I don't want to wait till my truck like craters either. So I'm kind of on the fence here. Somebody told me to go get a damn Toyota Land Cruiser, like a 2022, because they run like freaking 500,000 miles. So I'm pondering that too, is just going to get a weird ass SUV. Yeah, Watchman, that's a good point. Are they not accepting packages everywhere or just by you? Supposedly, and I put the post on the community, I thought I put it on my community page. Apparently, United States Postal Service is accepting no packages from China or Hong Kong. And I thought it was funny because Hong Kong is now part of China. It's not like a British Commonwealth anymore. So why they specified China and, oh yeah, Hong Kong too. Well, yeah, Hong Kong's in China, but they specifically said Hong Kong, not like Shanghai or somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, why did you specify that particular city or Beijing? It's Hong Kong. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's a drug thing. I don't know if it's a tariff thing. But if you do, hey Sway, hey Jay, hey Pilgrim, if you do have any shipments coming, double check your shipments. They said this is going to really affect, what is it called? Sheen, and Temu. So if you ordered one of those Temu things off of TikTok or just in general, you went to Temu and bought some shit, it may not get here in a timely manner. So you may want to make sure that, you know, you have kind of a handle on your stuff. And if you import stuff for business, if you do, you know, shirts or any kind of stuff like that, they're not accepting things coming from China or through Hong Kong. So that may affect, like if you're getting t-shirts, and the other thing I don't know, because it's been very vague, is for example, let's say you make shirts, right? Like, what's his name? Ghost does silkscreen t-shirts. And say you get them from Indonesia. Well, if they don't come directly from Indonesia, it goes through Hong Kong or China. You know how they ship, sometimes drop packages, or drop containers, and then they pick up other ones. So if it's coming through China, will it get affected that way? I don't know. But definitely check your stuff. This is one of those, this is not a panic thing. This is more like double check your supply chain. And if you have something that's coming from China, now letters and flats, so like flat packages with documents, are still coming through. It's the packages, and they actually made a point of specifying that as well in the posting. So when the USPS put out the notice, they said we're not accepting packages from China or Hong Kong. Again, odd, because why specify? We all know Hong Kong's in China, so why are you specifying that city? And letters and flat documents will go through, but no packages. So I always wonder about Temu advertising. They always... Oh, Jay, the Temu shit is... Oh, I went there looking for a backpack, and it recommended a bra for me. And I'm like, that's not a backpack. It's a front pack if you have boobs. But it's not a backpack, and it's not for me. I guess I could do what Lilo and Stitch did. Stitch used to wear the bra on his head and put on a cape and be like Batman. But that would still look like an idiot, so I'm not sure. Yeah, we don't know, Watchman. It could be some blowback. I think well, technically the tariffs have been signed, but they're not in place yet, which is interesting. So I don't know if there's something else going on, because typically I've seen Trump, the way he likes to operate, he'll threaten, like, I'm going to do this, rah. And then he goes and calls the people. He goes like, hey, I'm going to do this. If you don't do A, I'm going to do B. And then they go back and forth and argue for a bit. And then they make deals in the background, right? And then finally everyone comes forward and say, oh, there'll be no, like the Mexico thing. Oh, we're going to tariff America. And the Americans were like, all right, fine, whatever. And then they went back and forth, and all of a sudden, oh, you know what? Instead, we're not going to tariff each other. And America's going to import extra avocados, but we're going to put the Mexican special unit on the border to kick the cartels. Like, they made some deal in the background, right? And so I don't always take what he posts as, hey, Natsurim, good morning. Noise Beeswax, hello. Hey, Seawolf. So again, if you have any packages coming to the U.S. via USPS, United States Postal Service, from China, or specifically Hong Kong, they may be delayed. They may not be accepted for a period of time. They didn't say how long this would be. They didn't specify the size of package. So it's really vague. Well, Trudeau's a dumbass. Like, yeah, he doesn't impress me at all. Like the president in Mexico, Scheinbaum, which is funny because that's a Jewish name, but Scheinbaum, she was a businesswoman at one point. So she's going to say things like Trump and her are saying things in the news like, but you know they're calling and they're like, really? We're going to do tariffs. Like, what are we doing? And then Trump's like, no, I need your National Guard on the border because the fentanyl. And she's like, well, what are we going to get? And they made some deal and, you know, they moved on. Loyal to the foil. I love that. Trump is putting certain countries on blast. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Beeswax. He's just running his, he's not running his mouth. He's saying things a certain way on purpose just to cause shit. I really believe that. Just to make a scene. It's showmanship, if you will. And I think now the other leaders, because in this administration, he didn't get a bunch of Washington insiders, right? He picked his own people, right? So Marco Rubio, remember him and Trump? They like beat each other up in 2016. And then afterwards, they kind of found common ground. They kind of made friends, and now he's our Secretary of State. Don't tell me he didn't make deals. He's like, after he won, he's like, you know what, Marco, I was picking on you because I had to win, right? That's his gig. And then he goes, but now that I'm here, you know what? If I run again, I want you to be part of this. They probably made deals years ago, all these guys, but he got his own little crew now. And they're very disruptive, and it's freaking everyone out because nobody knows where it's coming from. But be there and wonder what could happen. Well, The Watchmen, you could watch Some of All Fears, the one with Ben Affleck when he was young and wasn't all worn out from Jennifer Lopez's drama, because that one's scary. There's a lot of government employees riled up against him. Well, good. Needs a little bit of that. Kabuki Theater, yeah, that's a good way, Loretta. That's a good way to put it. So he's if you read his book, The Art of the Deal, or you read his book, how to run a personal business, not a personal business, relationship business or something like that. It's all hoorah. And he's making deals in the background. So like people are freaking out on the media, and I'm like, he's saying this, but he's doing something else in the background. He's just, he does that blah, blah, blah thing. But either way, I don't know where this China package thing came from because the tariffs aren't in effect yet. He's threatened them, but they're not there. And China has not implemented anything either, to my knowledge, as of this morning. So, I don't know. Unless there's some threat, and that's the other thing I can't figure out, is there some potential danger that wound up in a package somewhere, and we caught wind of it, and we're like, we don't want any packages from Hong Kong. They didn't mention Shanghai. They didn't mention Beijing or Xi'an or any of the other big cities. Specifically China and specifically Hong Kong. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say, but it will affect us. So from a preparedness standpoint, if you have products coming from China or possibly through, even if you ordered it and it's coming from like Thailand or Indonesia, it's coming through the Chinese ports because the ship dropped the container and then went another direction, and another ship's supposed to pick up your container, you may want to check your deliveries, you may want to check your shipments. Beautiful, delightful days in 2 weeks. Dragon's Prophecy. Hey, Monica. Yeah, well, we just need to pray in general. I think people need to increase their faith and increase their, what's the word I'm looking for? Their discernment. I don't know if that's the right word. Their discernment of media, their discernment of the people around them and what's going on in the world. Because, what was the old phrase? My dad told it to me because grandpa told it to him. It was or grandma. The devil never shows himself. He works by deceit. So there could be deceit all over. We don't know. But I do know that packages are not coming from China for the next couple of weeks. I don't know how long. So in any case, folks, hey, Rob, hey, Coffee, make sure, my dad was a pilot. Have you heard of DEI program called Ramp to Runway? I have not heard of that. I do not know what that is. Devil in a Sunday hat. Oh, that's funny. But hey, Shad. So, folks, if you have shipments coming from overseas, specifically coming from China or Hong Kong, or coming through those ports from another country like Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, whatever, Malaysia, you may want to verify that your shipment has not been delayed or is being turned away because of whatever's going on. And to my knowledge, it's not a tariff thing yet. Because even if they implemented the tariff today, it doesn't take effect for like so many weeks, right? Like the next monthly financial cycle. So I don't know what the deal is, but that is a post. It was on the mainstream media, and I saw it on the fringe media 2 days ago. But I wanted to wait till I got a little more information before I said anything. So anyway, folks, be careful out there. Be safe. Check your equipment. Check your packages. Make sure, you know, if you have a shipment coming from anywhere, that it's not delayed or hung up. And other than that, folks, you be safe out there. Be careful. I will talk to all of you later. And don't forget, there's a bunch of our fellow creators coming online in the next few evenings. So go enjoy, leave them likes and love, and say hi to everyone. You guys be good, be safe, and be careful out there. We'll see you later.